the dog park. Do you want to listen to them bark? Or the barks that were happening in the park? I want to wear my headphones is what I'm asking, so you can hear what the dogs.
You can't hear.
I don't need to hear anything. Do you want to listen?
I can't talk and listen to that sometimes.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Confusing.
Okay. Anyway. So, again, this is the dog park. This is when, how old are they? They're about, what? Yeah, this is Wells Park over down from home.
About like 2 or 3 or anything.
I'm going there at least 3. Based on, it's always looking at the hair length on their legs. You basically look at the hair length on the back of their legs, or their rear legs, and then the hair length on their tails. That usually indicates how old they are, because their hair didn't really start filling in until about 2 years old. So when you see this much hair, we're going to say they're minimum 2 years, probably 3 to 4. So we're going with that. I think that's a pretty safe bet. Dun, dun. So, of course, they just run around, and at this point, there just weren't a lot of dogs in the park at this time of the morning. Is that what it was? Talking to you. You can talk, you know.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, you're allowed to talk now. Don't worry. Okay. We're going to be doing a scout report here in about 4 more minutes. So, hey, Catker, welcome back. Oh, actually, hello, everybody in chat too. I forgot to say that. Catker, Biff, Lurkers, other people. I know you're out there. So, stuff. So, and this was the typical activity when making the bed. They're about what, 12, 14 weeks old here, maybe a little bit older.
Yeah, they're young.
Yeah. Actually, there might even be. Oh, they could. Yeah, they're probably about 12 weeks old here. And yeah, we got them at 10 weeks old. When we brought them home, they were 10 weeks old. So this is about a couple weeks after that. And as you can see, this is again, typical bed making process. Strip the bed, they hop on, start doing this little dance, and that's how that works. And off they go. And then, of course, this is a little bit later. They're about 3 years old here again. As you can see, they've calmed down a little bit. Still helping make the bed.
He's got a sock or something.
Is it a sock? Or is it a rawhide? I think it's a rawhide. At first we were giving them rawhides. Yeah, but then for the first couple of years we gave them rawhides, and then we stopped giving them to them for various reasons. And that. This is what they did. Now this isn't the same video, was it? Yeah, it's a different video than the one that we saw on today's intro. Same general time though, because they're still playing around with this. I think this is the one who digs in the pillow. I think because he used to do that all the time.
That was when I didn't know that rawhide was dangerous for dogs. So
only if they ate them all the time. Once in a while, it's not a big deal. But yeah, they ever had pig ears? Yeah, they've had pig. Yeah, they've had pig ears. They've
HARE. Rabbit.
Oh, rabbit ears. Rabbit ears. They've had those. Did we ever give them cow hoof?
No.
No, that was the other guys. Thought we gave them hooves.
Yeah,
too.
because the horses. Yeah, they love the stinky. Because they were fresh.
Yeah. Yep, in this case,
fresh off the ranch.
Just the rawhide.
They would have loved them though.
Oh, I'm sure they would have. But again, super exciting. Always helping the bed, making the bed. Nowadays, it's basically they just get up on the bed and they just lay there, and then they expect you to move. They expect you to move, or.
And they look the same still.
They look the same? How do they look the same?
They still look the same. They're just less hair.
Less. Oh, compared to today?
Yeah.
Except for the gray faces.
Yeah, I know.
Except for the gray faces.
I don't want to think about that. I wish I could wave the magic wand and then go back to like 3 or 4 years old.
You need to speak up a little bit, I think. Here, this over here for you. Okay. Okay.
And he still does that.
Yes, he still digs. There's a pillow.
Lifelong
That
thing.
was a foam pillow, right? Or whatever it was called. He was actually doing that last night in the bed out in the living room. Or was he doing that this morning?
I think he was doing it last night.
Last night.
He does it on the bed too, and
Don't know why.
it's a trait of his.
Yep. He likes to dig.
Burn his energy.
Yep.
This brings back so many memories. I wish I could go back.
Oh, almost ready for the scout report. So, okay. So, question: has Scout been seen in the last 24 hours or not?
Of course.
Okay. Where was she seen?
Well, actually, she didn't come up the porch today because I don't know. She might have forgot or something, and so I took the dogs out for a walk today at the end of the fire lane. There's Scout. Oh yeah, that's right. There you are. And she, just the look on her face, just the expression, and everything was like, ooh, there you are. Okay, I'm so excited. Okay, I'm gonna follow you around the complex. So she did, and we ran into a really big dog, part husky and part
Golden Retriever.
Golden Retriever. So. Big, beautiful dog, long hair and stuff, and the guy didn't seem like, he had him on a leash, of course, and he said he was real friendly, and he was. And Mickey and Rocket sniffed him. They sniffed back, and then it got a little close to Scout, and I said, "Oh, be careful. She's been known to attack dogs," and he didn't pay no mind, and I think she was intimidated, and she arched her back like, the black Halloween cat,
They can't see you doing that, by the way.
Okay. But I'm sure they can picture the black Halloween cat.
Yeah.
Arch.
Right.
Thing, yeah. So she just was like, oh, I think she was really scared of him. So anyway, she, after he left, I didn't see Scout anymore. I think she turned around and went the other way. And then we went for a longer walk. And it was nice and cool today. It's been a change. And so we stayed out a little bit longer, and then we headed back home, and there's Scout down in the other direction, down the sidewalk, and she sees us, and there she is, looking excited again, like, ooh, and you can see her start picking up the pace. Mm. She's walking faster and faster and faster, and all of a sudden she goes into a cat gallop.
Cat gallop.
I go, we're right here, we're coming your direction.
Hey, Aldrin, welcome back. And then she got her breakfast. Yep, and she got her breakfast. So, today's answer, of course, is hashtag Mrs. Gimpy's cat. Oh, what about the typo, or the flub you made today?
Oh, yeah. I said, and then we went home?
Yeah, we said we're headed home or something like that. Or let's go home. And she was talking to Cat, or into Scout, going, let's go home, meaning going back to our porch, which Mrs. Gimpy thinks is Scout's home now.
No.
Of course, Scout does too. So she's been there the last couple of mornings. So
yeah, she's been camping out on our
porch.
One
of the chairs.
Yes, cushion.
Yes.
Nice little bed for her.
Is this the famous Mrs. Gimpy from the hashtag Mrs. Gimpy cat? Yes, the one and only, Alderain. She's the one and only.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you're having a great day.
And of course, this is the King of the Couch competition just ended. And this is at one of the parks.
This is great. I love Mickey and Rocket when Rocket, whenever we went to the park, he never really played with other dogs where Mickey did. So I think Rocket would get jealous when Mickey would play with another dog and pull him by the tail. They'd be running, and all of a sudden, he'd just bite him on the tail and slide him in the grass.
People are saying hello to you, by the way.
Hello, everybody. Hi.
Oh, did I made that bigger, didn't I? I didn't mean to do that. Did that get bigger on its own? I think that got bigger on its own, actually.
Yes, it's great to go back and refresh my memory of all the times we've had Mickey and Rocket. Just
What's funny about this
just a
video
blessing.
is you can hear, because this is at it's a couple miles away from us. It's at near the other high school in our city, and they have baseball fields, and you can actually hear. And because they have baseball fields, they have batting cages, and you can hear the people doing hitting balls and stuff in the batting cages in the background for that particular some of these videos. It's kind of funny. And let's see the age on these guys. They're about what, 4 or 5 years old at this point,
Probably maybe 4.
at least. Based on, again, it's all based on the hair and the back of their legs. The longer it is, the older they are. This is also where the squirrel video takes place.
Oh yes, this is where all the squirrels were. They always look for the squirrels as soon as I open that gate.
Did they ever fetch a baseball? No, baseball's too big for their mouths. They can't even do a regular sized tennis ball. Their mouths just aren't that big.
They had the little mini balls.
Yeah, their favorite things to fetch were like sticks. It's things that easily fit into their mouth.
Bottle caps.
Oh, the bottle caps.
I'll say bottle cap. Ooh, where bottle cap?
Bottle cap being the plastic caps on water bottles, not the metal ones from beer bottles, but from the plastic bottles. And squirrels, yeah. And again, this is where the squirrels live.
Yeah,
all along those plants in the background there, that's where the squirrels live. So that's why they're doing their little run along the fence.
They're so fast.
They know exactly where the squirrels go in and out. So that's what they're running from point to point from where the squirrels enter and leave the field. And Mrs. Gimpy's just yelling, "Squirrel!" And they know where to go. And then they come running back to do this.
Oh yeah, see the entrances? We would walk up to the entrance and they were just raring to go. As soon as I opened that door.
And of course, not allowed to go there anymore though.
No, the last time I went, they had signs up saying, stating a civil code or whatever, saying, because people would go in there and not pick up their dog droppings. And
few people ruined it for everybody else. Yep. Yeah. Hey, Desperador, welcome back. Yeah, so the Squirrel Patrol. Oh, there was a long time there, like about this time of about 4 or 5 years, when they're about 4 or 5 years old. Mrs. Gimpy wanted to get a T-shirt that had pictures of them that said Squirrel Patrol.
Good, Patrol, yeah.
But that never happened for whatever reason. So, and again, they're just running from point to point because again, those are the points where the squirrels go in and out. I'm trying to remember, is this? Oh, I'm actually doing this video for a change. That's why it's so shaky.
Those beautiful tails.
Yeah. We were just talking about this. Was it last night or this morning? Talking about their tails.
Just this morning.
Just this morning, we're talking about the differences in papillons. How there's usually with most breeds of dogs, there's 2 versions. There's the dog show version, and then there's the regular version, the real version of the dogs. Mickey and Rocket are the real versions of a Papillon. They're a throwback to the way the Papillons used to be, because the ones you see in dog shows are much smaller than they are. Mickey and Rocket have longer bodies, longer legs, slightly bigger bone structure, especially Mickey. And when you put them up against a dog show version of a Papillon, you can definitely see the size difference. Like that one video where they're wrestling with the other black and white Papillon. He's more of a dog show breed or version of the breed, and he's definitely much smaller than they are. So you got that going on. But one of the other major ones is their tails. Is when you notice when Mickey and Rocket are running, not at full speed, but when they're just kind of like cruising along, their tails are like standing almost straight up. Other Papillons, the show breed versions, their tails are more curly and they curl back over their back. She's just laughing. She's smiling at chasing the squirrel.
Almost got that squirrel.
Yeah.
One time they almost got one, and
that was this day.
And I was scared because
that was that day.
Get rabies,
Yeah, that was that day that happened.
I go, what would I do? Oh my gosh.
We'd have squirrel for dinner is what we do.
No, I don't want to get rabies.
Well, they don't necessarily have rabies.
I mean, they have rabies shot, but still.
These are the beach videos where this is actually Fiesta Island here in San Diego. It's not a beach. Well, it is a beach, but this is on San Diego Bay area, so that's why there's not a lot of waves. So because the ocean is actually still like a couple of miles to the west. Like if you see and look in the background there, we can see the kind of like the haze and stuff. That's where the actual ocean is. This is just part of the San Diego Bay area, where this is a man-made island, and but this whole section here is a dog beach. I mean, you can bring your dogs out; they don't have to be on leash. And this is only a small section. This is only along the water. If you go inland a little bit, it's just a big open area, no trees or anything, but there's scrub brush and squirrels and everything that things can. It is man-made, yeah. The whole, yeah, the whole area of Fiesta Island and just what there's Fiesta Island and Vacation
My name
Island
is
too. I think
Veronica
that's all
and welcome
man-made
to
stuff.
Gimpy's Twitch channel. If you are enjoying what you are watching, please click the follow button in the lower right corner of the video screen. That way you will be notified by Twitch when Gimpy goes live.
Cooler. Oh,
You can also follow Gimpy over on Twitter at GimpyKnee. He tweets out there when he goes
wonder if
live
they'd
and will
run
more
around
than
again. They
likely
probably
follow
would.
you back.
Mhm.
Thank you
they
for
know the
watching.
place.
Get squirrel.
And of course, thank you all for watching. Happy Monday. But if it's a dog beach, why don't they wear swimming trunks or bikinis? Because they don't make them that small. That's the reason. Because they don't make them that
What's in
small.
there? What's in there?
There used to be a restaurant on Fiesta Island. I don't know. There might have been. I know there's camping sites and that kind of stuff, and that they hold over the line tournament every year there, except for last year, of course. Probably. I don't think they're doing it this year either. I'm not sure about that. But yeah. Of course, this is the treadmill stuff.
Oh my god, he's so cute. Jeez.
We got the treadmill specifically because we knew that once summer rolled around, we wouldn't be able to walk him during the day. Or Mrs. Gimpy, I shouldn't say we. Mrs. Gimpy wouldn't be able to walk him during the day because it'd be too hot. And we didn't want them to burn their feet on the ground and that kind of stuff. So we got them a treadmill so that they could, walk whenever they needed to or just needed to burn some exercise. And it worked brilliantly for Mickey. Rocket, not so much.
Only with the treat.
Rocket would only do it with the treat. Yeah, we'll
You
see.
have to bribe him.
But Mickey, he started doing it on his own though. We would just be sitting around. We hear the treadmill going. It's like what? And look, turn around, and there's Mickey just walking on the treadmill. And now, unfortunately, this thing makes a lot of noise, especially below us. And at this time, we didn't have anybody below us until let's see, we'd had the treadmill for like a year or two, and then somebody moved in.
2012.
Was it 2000? No, it wasn't that late. Was it that late?
Well, I think it was vacant for.
And it was vacant
about
for a long
5
time.
years.
I know.
5 years.
But then somebody moved in, and luckily the guy he was cool, and he worked during the day and stuff. So we made sure, because one day we were talking to him. He goes, we were talking to him, and he goes, "Do you hear that noise sometimes during the day? It sounds like thunder's rolling through the walls." And we go, "Yeah, it's probably this." And so he's talked to him. We just set up, go, okay, when are you working? That kind of stuff. When are you home? And we just made up a time, or made sure that we only used the treadmill when he wasn't home, so it wasn't bugging him and stuff. Because, yeah. Is it auto activated? No, this is what they call a dog powered treadmill. It doesn't move unless they're running on it. Or if I'm sitting at the front and I'm making it, I can move the belt by hand if I want. Usually that's what to get them used to it. That's what it took. Was just I moved the belt and they learned, okay, if they walk, it keeps moving. But Mickey, he figured it out soon enough. So, but yeah, it's basically a handmade dog treadmill. It worked, and this is specifically for small dogs or smaller dogs. And you can't see it, but there's like a bar, like you see the side panels right there, and right in the middle, you can sort of see on the left hand side. There's a two basically pieces of wood going up, and there's a crossbar. And the way you're supposed to do, or one of the ways you can do it, is you can put a harness on a dog, and then you chain them to the crossbar, and that way they basically stay in the same spot and they can't jump off the treadmill and stuff. But we realized that they didn't need that. For the most part, they basically stayed on the treadmill when they were running. They didn't bounce around too much because of the side panels and stuff. They pretty much figured out what they needed to do, so they didn't need to be chained in. But yeah, he can't hear you. Mickey's sitting on Mrs. Gimpy's lap. She's all pointing at the screen. Look, that's you.
Yeah, Mickey's watching Mickey.
Mickey's watching Mickey run.
Oh.
We initiated it? Well, to get them used to the treadmill, we had to initiate it because they didn't know what it was. So, but like this in this video with Rocket, the only reason he's running is because I'm holding a treat. You can't see it, but I'm holding a treat to get him to come to it. That's the only way he'd get on these things, or on this thing. Mickey, at first he needed a treat, but then he realized, oh, this is fun, and he didn't need a treat anymore. He just ran. He just gets on. He would just get on it and ran. Rocket would never get on it without a treat. He never did. So
I wish we could use it again, but she would.
Yeah, the person below us would never. Yeah, she's there all the time, so we'd never able to use it. So, oh look, there's Rocket in his harness still.
Well, he has this thing where as soon as we get home, I try to take off the harness, and he pulls back. He pulls away. So I just leave it on until I can get to him.
As you can tell, they have very different personalities. Even though they are brothers, they have very different personalities. One's a little pig. That one on the screen, he's the pig. It's true. Tell me, am I lying? No, I'm not lying. She's shaking her head, saying, "No, I'm not lying." Oh, and that was a blanket of some kind because they were.
Oh, like if they
Because
like a cushion.
Yeah, because sometimes they would
backslide.
Well, you see what Rocket does is he runs and then he stops, and then but the momentum carries him back, and sometimes he was getting basically shot off of the treadmill as a result. So we put the blanket back there to catch him a little bit, because again, he's lazy. That's what he does. But yeah. Anyway, poor Mickey. No treats, no walk. And actually, at that point, I'm actually moving the treadmill because he just stops moving. He also learned that if he runs up far enough and he does a little hop like that right there, it stops the treadmill.
All those cables and wires.
Mm-hmm. Next video. Okay, so this is. Oh, that's right. You can't hear it, right?
He was a big chewer. I mean, he was aggressive in chewing.
This is a lamb bone, though, right? Pretty sure this is the lamb bone.
Well, they have. Yeah, it's a real one. Though, as long as you don't cook them, they don't splinter. So I would go to the dog store, or even like Safe or Vaughn's or something would sell these.
Vaughn's is a grocery store.
Yeah, Vaughn's.
Not everybody knows them.
Oh, okay. All right.
Not everybody is here in San Diego.
Okay, even a grocery store would sell those, and then they don't cook them. So they're safe to chew.
This for a second, because there's music playing in the background on the radio, and it can sort of be heard in the video, and I don't want us to get muted out, so I had to mute the video. I mean, you can't hear it anyway, but and you go and people ask, so where's Rocket with his lamb bone? Well, Rocket took his underneath the bed. He took underneath our bed. That's where he took his. He did not want anybody to get close to it, so he went underneath our bed and kept it underneath there for a while until I had to crawl underneath there and get it out. So that was fun because it took a while to figure out where he hid it. It's like he came out and it's like, "Where's the bone, Rocket?" Then he had to go look around and look in his little hiding spots, and it was underneath the bed. So that was fun. You can see they loved it. Okay, I'll put the sound back on if there is any. So this is another baseball park, but this is was this baseball park still being used?
No, this was by the school.
Yeah, the elementary school, yeah, over at Mission Gorge.
No, I don't think it was being used. There's like a county, some kind of office there, a county office or some sort. I can't remember, for kids or something.
Yeah, this is on the same campus as there was an elementary school, but it was shut down at this time because it wasn't needed anymore. And so this, I don't know, it looks like that field's still being used. It's got chalk on it. But there's a lot of gopher holes in it too. So I don't know if this field is actually being used or not. It looks like it might not have been, but it looks like it could have been because, again, there's chalk out there, but not a lot on the infield. So that might just be leftover chalk. But who knows? But you don't usually see gopher holes like that in an active field because that's just dangerous for kids to be running around with.
Yeah, they love to dig those. I call them squirrel holes. Like, squirrel hole, squirrel hole, and they go crazy.
I'm pretty sure they're gopher holes, but yeah.
Yeah, but I...
Dun, dun.
Remember those? Yeah.
I think he wants down. Okay, so dogs. Rocket, always looking at something. He's always looking for something.
I think at that particular park, we'd always hear the squirrels. They'd make their little squawks or whatever they were.
Oh, they chitter.
I think maybe that's what he's listening to. Yeah, the chitter or whatever they call it. Because I could always hear the squirrels there. Not at
West Hills.
Not at West Hills, but there I can always hear them. And I think that's what they were listening for.
Yeah. You never see any in the videos.
Mm-mm.
So they're teasing them.
Because they were definitely there too.
Again, this is just a Little League baseball field here. Again, it looks like it, I don't know. It's hard to tell whether it's still in use. You don't see any chalk on the infield, so I'm guessing it's not. Because I think this is about the same time that the Little League fields closer to us opened up too. It was the same time as this was shut down. They opened up a bunch of fields closer to us. So that would explain why this one was shut down or not being used. Yeah, there is chalk there though. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Because this is during the week, so there's nobody here. The school itself is shut down, but this field might have been being used at some point. Still. Who's that, Rocket?
Yeah, because he's been looking.
Oh.
Something to shoot or something.
So, and this is just basically the same campus, basically. This is just a different part of where the school was, more open area. Lots of gopher holes. How do they do with big dogs? Depends on the dog. Usually they get along really well with golden retrievers. But a lot of it has to do with whether the big dog is fixed or not, neutered or spayed. Typically, if they're not neutered, Mickey doesn't want anything to do with them, and we'll let him know. When Rocket gets around aggressive dogs, whether they're big or little, he goes into what I call statue mode, and he just freezes in place. So they sniff him and they move on, and he doesn't. And until they move on, he doesn't move. It's really hilarious. But Mickey, he generally gets along with dogs in general. And as far as bigger dogs go, it's really dependent on how old they are and whether they've been neutered or spayed. Because if they haven't been neutered or spayed, they tend to be more aggressive overall. Hey, Tiger, welcome back.
And I think it's also if Mickey's always been an alpha. He's always been the alpha dog. So
I don't think that's an issue
if there's
for him.
another I think there's another alpha dog. I don't know if he gets along with them because he's the alpha.
I don't think that's actually an issue with him. I think it's more about the neutering and spading thing, because that usually affects aggression. So, and because between the two of them, you know, he's the big brother, right? So he's the boss. And even though it looks like sometimes Rocket is kicking his ass, it's only because he's letting him kick his ass.
Yeah. They don't fight anymore. They used to fight every once in a while. They used to get up on their hind legs and go at it. They don't do that anymore.
Because they're 14.
Yeah.
Because they're 14. That's why they don't do it anymore. Now this is... Where was this? Because this isn't the school. This is a clean field. So I wonder what is this West Hills?
Let me see more.
Oh, I can't move the camera.
Yeah, this is West Hills.
That's West Hills. Yep. I thought it was. Oh, it's right on. It's the other field.
Ball field, yeah.
It's the other field.
Because there's like 3 or 4 different fields, and then there's just an open one with no fence around it.
Right. Because they can't. Well, they can if they want. They just choose not to. They will still go after each other from time to time if one of them gets too grumpy. You know, because they're old farts, but they will go after each other from time to time, but they won't. It's not playing. It's more protection of territory, or you piss me off type deal. Because Rocket will do that on the bed every now and then. Because Mickey doesn't care. He just walks over everybody. He doesn't care who you are. He just walks across you, and he walks on Rocket all the time, and Rocket does not appreciate that. And Rocket will go after him because of it. And I don't even want to know what they're eating here.
Grass.
Are you sure it's grass?
Clumped grass.
Okay.
Yeah, you see that over there. Sometimes it's clumped,
okay,
like all dense or whatever, and
yeah.
That's what they're chewing on, like there's some kind of cow or something, or horse.
And here's an example of the ball. That ball is it's not a regular sized tennis ball. That's a small ball specifically for smaller dogs. And the barking you hear in the background is not them. That's some other dog there at the dog park. Again, this is the dog park over in Alcohol.
I just loved it when they played together.
What's funny is we have so many more videos of them at the dog park, but I can't use them because there's people talking in the background all the time, using names and stuff. Oh. So I can't use them.
Oh. Well, because they're saying names?
They're talking about names and they're talking shit about other people. It's not good.
Oh, really? Yeah. I haven't heard that.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to.
What, in the park?
In the dog park. There's people talking shit about other people.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I guess I wasn't paying attention.
You'll see the dog. You'll see all the dogs. You know, she's filming the dogs. You know, doing their thing, and then you can hear people talking in the background, talking shit about other people. It's like, shouldn't have been filming that, but that's okay.
No, it's public, but I didn't realize I wasn't paying attention to what they were saying.
And that's the first picture that we took of them. That was the first night.
That's sweet.
This is all like first night, second day pictures of them. They're all 10 weeks old here.
Oh,
there's Rocket.
Definitely.
So tiny.
Yeah.
They only weighed 3 pounds when they came home. 3 pounds is what? 1.5 kilos, roughly. They were small. The only reason we know they're 3 pounds because we took a regular, scale, bathroom scale. Regular bathroom scales don't recognize weights under 5 pounds. So what we had to do is we had to get a hand weight that was 5 pounds because we had one. We had these 5-pound hand weights. Sit them on the scale and then add the hand weight and do a little bit of math. So yeah, they're tiny. Any of the litter mates, they're a litter of 2. They were a litter of 2. There's only 2 of them. That's a fence to our porch that it's just a child gate I think we had.
Yeah.
I don't know why we had one, but we did. We
didn't want him to go out.
No. You went out and bought one. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure, but we actually had to have a fence and a gate installed on our porch just for them.
That's a funny picture.
Yeah, we do something here called we do boss fights, and one of the bosses that people can fight is a 2-headed 6-legged Papillon. Because of that picture and the other one where they're sitting with I think it's Mickey behind Rocket. Rocket's or Mickey's head is between Rocket's ears, so it looks like Rocket has two heads. So that's what I feel.
Oh, that's when he had his surgery. Yeah. Poor little guy. And that luxation patella.
Luxating patella. Yeah, he had a genetic defect on his left kneecap where it would slide out of place for no reason. So it's basically his knee was dislocating.
But I'm so glad that was 2 years old when he got that surgery done, I believe, and I'm so glad we did it because.
Oh yeah, he's recovered. No problem. Yeah. No problem. Oh, they're infamous jackets because it's so cold here in San Diego.
Yeah. Oh, do you have oh, look at that picture. Do you have the one with their new jackets, the little red ones? The red.
Not on these videos. No, we have them in our photo album for the last couple of years, but not in any of these.
I love that action shot.
This is them again at West Hills running the baseball bases, whatever. Oh yeah, the luxating patella. It's not funny because it's a dislocation of the kneecap. I'm very familiar with the process.
Yeah,
and you could tell every time it happened because he'd just pick up his left leg, and he just hold it up to his side and he just hop on three legs. And every time it would happen, it was just like we just got tired of seeing that, so we took him to a vet who just so happened to be like the top vet either in California or the country or something like that. And that was like one of her specialties was dealing with that particular thing. And all they do is they go in and they deepen the groove in his thigh bone where the kneecap is supposed to be, because that's what the defect is the groove isn't deep enough for their kneecap, and and so it dislocates when it comes under so much pressure. And the vet just goes in and makes the groove a little bit deeper, and boom, that's it. Goes through some rehab and he's good to go. This is my favorite picture.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, this is at the MS Walk 2011, actually.
Liberty Station?
That's at Liberty Station.
Beautiful place.
Not that. This one's across the street.
Love that picture.
That's when they need sunglasses. And there's Veronica. No, sorry, Victoria.
Victoria
the kitten.
They just follow him around like little shadow.
Yeah, and that's usually the way I look every morning, typically. Mickey's in my lap with Rocket on the side.
Yep.
That's them in prison because we had somebody from the cable company or something out. So we had to lock them up.
They're like, let me out. We want to see company.
And there's the BattleTech patch. More winter jackets because it's so cold.
It was pretty cold.
Yeah, 50 degrees. That's a good shot of Rocket, too.
Yeah.
Those pictures are so easy to get of Mickey. He's always looking at you.
I know. Here's one that's really cute. I call him Dirty Nose because he was just digging by a tree.
Yeah. That's the first dog stroller.
Mm-hmm. That was the small one.
Yeah. It's too small for both of them, but they fit in there, but it was too tight.
That was the one I still had from Tasha.
Yeah. That's from MS Walk 2017, I think it was.
2017?
God, the picture's 6 years old already. No, 5 years old. Oh, and that bark you just heard there, that's Mrs. Gimpy. Actually, those two barks, Mrs. Gimpy is now using those as notifications on her phone.
Yeah, they're so cute. I love them. People look at me like, what's that? I go, that's our dogs. Notification.
This is the first night where they discovered the mirror in our bedroom. Mickey wouldn't go anywhere near it. He came around the corner and he saw himself in the mirror. He just froze. He just wouldn't go anywhere near the mirror for a long time. This is them both on the treadmill. We only did this once because this was scary, kind of. Because I end the video, I cut it out. Right about there is, I think Mickey just stops and they both get shot out the back.
Oh.
So we didn't do that. That was the only time we did that one. Because it was just too dangerous.
Grandma and Grandpa?
That's at my grandparents' house here. Yeah, this is, I think, 2010. This is the year after my grandfather died. And my mom and her husband came down with the flu the day before we were supposed to go over to Arizona. And so we couldn't, and we usually stay with them. But because it was a good opportunity. My grandmother was kind of lonely at the time, so we stayed with her for the whole week, and it just worked out really good. And this is she'd go to mass every morning, so we just come out here and the dogs just do this, chasing golf balls, because their house was right on the side of a golf course, so they had lots of golf balls in their backyard and that kind of stuff that my grandfather had collected over the years. And we just pull them out and let the dogs chase them around inside the house. And this is over in Arizona too. So, and that's Mrs. Gimpy over on the left on the chair, because she's cold there too. Phoenix, Arizona, just as cold as San Diego in the winter.
Well, when you're staying still, not doing anything, you get cold.
If you had been chasing golf balls, you would have been good. Oh, and they loved over here too, because their backyard is right on the golf course, and there's quail. And quail actually run through my grandparents' backyard all the time. And these guys noticed that. And they would sit there at the back of it there, because they have a fence that looks out over the golf course, but it's not a wooden fence or anything. It's like a little short brick wall about 1 or 2 feet high, and then the rest of it is just like a metal gate type deal. And so they would just stand there looking over the gate, looking for the birds to come running into the backyard, waiting for them to come. That was funny. None of them ever did, but a couple of times they'd go to the back door and they'd see them running around in the backyard, and they'd get all spastic about it, because Papillons, their brains are wired to chase birds and squirrels. And they see them, it just sets off all the triggers. They go nuts. Unfortunately, they didn't get any video of it though, because it happens so fast. It's just funny. This is a little bit more controllable. I can watch them chase golf balls.
He's trying to get it under the...
Yeah. He pushed it underneath there, now he's trying to get it out.
I think he did it on purpose.
Oh, he probably did. Mickey brought you a tennis ball and you didn't play with it. You're so mean. Making me do all the work.
See, these have a different texture. They're kind of...
They're the perfect size, but they feel weird.
Plasticky.
No, it didn't actually. The breed actually didn't originate in France. It actually originated either in Spain or Italy. They believe it was Spain. They are a spaniel. They're the toy breed of the spaniel. The reason they have a French name is because back in the 1500s, something like that, some nobility brought them to France to show them off, and the French fell in love with them, and they became like basically the dog of royalty over in France. They're considered the first lap dog, because that's their job back then, was to originally they were hunting dogs. They're supposed to flush out squirrel and game from bushes and whatever, but they also tend to love people, and they became really popular with nobility throughout Europe, specifically France. And the actual breed name is the Toy Continental Spaniel. It's not Papillon, is just a name they were given about 100 years ago or so, not even maybe that long ago, when they started. And their ears aren't supposed to stand up. That's the funniest part, is the breed originally has floppy ears. Well, there's two versions of the Papillon. There's the Papillon and there's a Faline. The Faline means night moth. Papillon means butterfly. But it's the same. They're considered the same breed. But it's when about 1900 or so, they started crossbreeding the Papillons with Pomeranians. And Pomeranians have the stand-up ears, and the tails curl up over their backs a little bit more. And for whatever reason, that's what they wanted the Papillon to look like. But the Faline still exists. They show up in the same litters and everything. Like the Rocket, when we first got him, his right ear was kind of floppy. so he could have been a phalang, but he wasn't. They say they can have both versions in the same litter. So yeah. French name are everywhere. Yes. Oh, and this is Victoria again. This is a kitten that belonged to my mother and father-in-law, and they had to go. And she's only 8-10 weeks old in this, something like that.
Yeah.
She's really young, and they got her knowing that they had to go out of town for a weekend, twice in a row, 2 weekends in a row. They had to go out of town, and they were just going to leave her at their house and let her, good luck type deal. And Mrs. Gimpy said no, so we babysitted her for a week, and that was their first exposure to a kitten, and they loved her for the most part, except for the time when Mickey almost killed her. But you don't remember that? She swatted him. She swatted his nose, and he picked her up and he tossed her across the room. Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't kill her. So
he didn't like that. Huh?
No, he did not like that. But no, she spent the week with us, and they love kittens. As a result, they love kittens. They don't make the connection that this is a cat, because at this time in their lives, cats were the enemy. Because in this complex, they're all over the place. They hide in the bushes and whatever, and every time they see one, they bark and go crazy. But they don't make the connection with kittens, because the kittens react differently than an adult cat. They don't. They don't do the arching back and hissing and that kind of stuff. They don't. Not a troublemaker like a cat would be. Kittens, especially for Rocket, it's a smaller animal, so he thinks, oh, I can actually have fun with this one because they won't pick on me. That's why he likes kittens so much, because they're smaller animals that he can actually deal with. Doesn't have to be afraid of. But it was funny because they would follow her around the house. She'd follow them. When she first was here, they follow her everywhere she would go. But by the end of the week, she was following them. So it was kind of funny. So this is kind of like Scout 0.5 or 0.25, whatever you want to call it. Pre-Scout, early Scout, but not Scout.
Oh, Victoria was a beautiful cat. Her hair is just gorgeous.
Then Mickey starts. You can't hear it, but Mickey's barking at her. Mickey's getting impatient because Rocket's having all the fun.
Yeah, and as she got older, I got a little leery. I got a little scared because I didn't know they could hurt him.
Oh. What, when she became an adult?
No, I mean, remember we had her for a little while, and as she was getting older, she was jumping. We put her in the bathroom.
Oh, yeah. I know what she was doing. She was crawling everywhere.
And I was getting scared that she could hurt the dogs.
No, she wasn't that. No, she was only with us for a week. Mm-hmm. She just learned how to because we had her penned off in our bedroom, in our the bathroom in our bedroom. We used a little basically the gate that we use on the porch. It's just a kid gate. We just put it in there to block her off, to keep her contained for whatever. And she learned how to climb up the side of that. So we had to devise these little traps and stuff that she couldn't climb on, and she still was figuring it out. Because you'd come in here and she'd just be you think she's perfectly safe, and you come in here and she's sitting on top of the gate just looking at you, and it was like, oh, okay, whatever.
Scout the sequel.
Yeah. Well, actually, no, it's Scout the prequel. Victoria was around years before Scout was. And this is the famous walk.
I love that. Aren't they cute?
This is the famous walk home.
Now, they used to, I don't know, I think I got a video of them where they would walk side by side like that when they were younger, and they would have a stick that was really long, and they would both be carrying the stick. Mickey would have one end and Rocket would have the other end, and they'd just be kind of, going back and forth and carrying that stick. It was just so cute, and I think I have videos of them, but I'm not sure.
Hey, Jeff, welcome back. No, it's only 4 members, Jeff. Scout's not an official member. Despite what Mrs. Gimpy may think, Scout is not a part of the family.
No,
even though she told Scout earlier today, let's go home.
Oh.
Meaning that Our house. She actually told that to Scout this morning.
Mickey, you still have that bone?
Okay, well,
You still
Hey, Vu Girls, welcome.
hello. Hi.
In this particular video they're headed home here, by the way. Mrs. Gimpy is not walking them. They know exactly where they're going. This is our complex. And they know exactly where they're going. She told them, let's go home. And they just go. Oh, this is the infamous rocket video. This is everybody's favorite.
Oh yeah, he did that on his own.
Yeah. No more treats along the way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. If I always said that if we ever had a cat, it would be her.
Oh, we're not having a cat. We're never having a cat.
She goes on walks with you. She's good with the dogs. She's quiet. She's just a sweetheart.
Rocket's not begging. He's asking politely. Jeez, how many times do I have to go over this, Jeff? He's asking politely. This video is, what, 2 years old now? Something like that? So he's only 12, I think, in this video.
Yeah.
It's so old. Yeah, we've seen the recent pictures. Looks even older. I think he's watching a bird there. I'm not sure. Now, where's this spot?
This is around by the playground in the complex.
Which one?
The one on the corner over here.
The one to our left.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You know, one time real quick with Scout, I remember, I don't know if you ever told them, but the owner was coming through the street and I had just come back from the dumpster down there and I don't know why she brought her car up there, but anyway, I was walking the dogs and Scout was walking on the left side of me, so she was walking in front of her owner's car because and she had to go really slow because Scout was right there and she was walking right in front. And finally she moved over, the Scout moved over and the owner came by and she goes, Scout, you're killing me. She goes, she loves you so much.
Because you feed her so much.
But she goes,
no, I don't think I told you that
killing
story.
me, so I thought she was like,
I don't think I told that story before.
Yeah. So I think what she meant was it hurt her that she saw me all the time or something. I don't know, that she was always following me. But you know what? She's a free cat. They let her.
Yeah, she's a free cat. Yeah. Oh, any treats or foods that the dogs especially like? Somebody's asking that.
What?
Are there any treats or foods that the dogs especially like?
Oh yeah, True Chews. They love True Chews duck.
Duck, basically duck meat treats.
They love
duck meat treats.
Mm-hmm. They would like the chicken just as well too, but that stuff you have to use it really fast because it gets hard. So I don't usually get that one. They love chicken and duck and lamb. Love lamb
and salmon and beef.
Not salmon so much. They like the crunchy salmon because it's crunchy.
That's salmon.
But they like it all, but really they love the duck. No.
There's nothing like a dog with fish breath. They're saying. Oh, and that's Max, right?
Mm-hmm. That's Max. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Any human food they shouldn't eat, but would love to anyway. Chicken. Any human food they would love to eat.
Shouldn't eat?
They shouldn't, but would love to. Well, let's see. There's
nothing wrong with chicken.
Ice cream, cookies.
Oh yeah, ice cream.
Pizza. They would love to eat the pizza.
Oh yeah, pizza. Yeah. Yes. Any kind of spicy
chicken wings.
Oh, chicken wings.
I have chicken wings from time to time, and Mickey just stares at me the whole time. I go, no, you can't have these.
Anything with bones.
Yeah, any type of bone. Yeah, they would definitely love to have, but they shouldn't. Rocket is the retriever of the two. He will actually retrieve stuff for you. Mickey will pick it up and run away, go the other direction. He won't bring it back to you, but Rocket will actually retrieve stuff. And again, this is the Brittany Spaniel. So, for those who don't know, the Brittany, this is a French dog. It's a French Spaniel, and it is actually related to the Papillon, because all Spaniels are related, of course.
Well, maybe
Papillons are Spaniels. So that's their long lost cousin. That's what I like to call it. You can see the size difference too.
I think Rocket's getting jealous. Come pull him by the tail. Grab Mickey by the tail. Because Rocket usually doesn't play with the other dogs. He only plays with Mickey.
Where's the Brittany's tail? They cropped it.
I know.
I think that's what they do for the breed, though, for whatever reason. Favorite toys? Sticks.
Mm-hmm.
Sticks, bottle caps. Rocket has his favorite pet squirrel or stuffed squirrel. It's not a real squirrel. It's a toy squirrel. He's had his favorites, squirrels of those kind.
They love to chase squirrels and lizards.
So those are animals.
Lizards. Yeah.
I don't think those take. Well, sorry, Jeff was asking that. What is their favorite animal to chase? Squirrels,
hello everyone.
cats.
My name is Veronica.
Squirrels
and welcome to
squirrels and
Gimpy's Twitch
lizards.
channel.
Occasional bird.
If you are enjoying what you are watching,
crows. Yeah.
Please click the follow
Mickey
button in the lower right corner of the video screen. That way you will be notified by Twitch when Gimpy goes live.
Then they fly away and he goes,
you
that's
can
not
also
fair.
follow Gimpy over on Twitter at GimpyKnee. He tweets out there when he goes live and will more than likely follow you back.
Balk at him.
Thank you for watching.
Again, this is at the home. We used to belong to a Papillon club. When Mickey and Rocket were really young, Mrs. Gimpy ran it to somebody from the club at one of the dog parks, and they had a Papillon, of course. And this is actually their home. It's a nice big backyard. It's 3 terraces. There's this one that they're on. There's a lower one, and there's a one above us where the house and swimming pool and stuff are. And they used to have little events here from time to time. And that's their Papillon right there. That's Beckett. He's only like 2 or 3 months younger than Mickey at most. Mickey and Rocket.
Yeah, I think so.
You can see he's, when we were talking about the different types of the breeds, you can see they're the same age because they're about 3 or 4 years old here. And Beckett is just noticeably smaller than Mickey and Rocket. And you can see there's another Papillon back there as well. And no, that's not Mrs. Gimpy running around.
No.
Full-grown show Pappy? Yeah. He wasn't a show dog, but he's of that line. He's got the AKC papers and all that other fun stuff. Mickey and Rocket aren't AKC certified. There's different groups out there. Mickey and Rocket have papers, but we never registered them, and it wasn't AKC. It was some other group. It wasn't a deal for us. We weren't going to do any type of showing with them or breeding, so we didn't care about the paperwork.
My 2 are brothers, so they're used to this. They play.
They're so energetic because this is home for them. I mean, their energy levels was so different around other Papillons than it is with other dogs. It's hilarious. Yeah. Mm-hmm. With each other, you see them doing basically this kind of stuff, but when you see them get around other dogs, it's different. But for some reason, the way their brains are wired or something, they know they're around dogs of their kind, and they're more open and energetic with them. It's really weird how it works. But from what I understand, a lot of breeds are that way too. They're just more comfortable around their own breed.
Yeah, it was interesting.
So you're the type that is good at the running obstacle course events. Yeah, well, either any Papillon would be Jeff, because I actually found out just a couple of weeks ago. I didn't know this, that the agility trials, I think is what they call them, is I know they have different sized dogs, because they have like was it 8-inch, 12-inch, 15, 20, that kind of stuff. And Papillons The small Papillons run in the 8-inch group, but there's other Papillons that are Mickey and Rocket size that run in the 15-inch group, because that's how tall they are. It's based on how tall they are at the shoulder, and Mickey and Rocket are like 14, 15 inches at the shoulder. So, and you can see the size difference there, because there's another Papillon right there. He's smaller than them. Not a lot smaller, but he is smaller. And then, of course, Beckett, the other black and white one, he's definitely... You put him and Rocket next to each other, and Rocket looks like a friggin' monster.
Yeah. I think this is where Mickey got his first bee sting.
Was it today?
Bee sting. No. Oh, here. Remember he got that bee sting?
Was it this day? I don't think it was, though. I don't remember.
I don't know if it was that day, but...
Have any problems with training them in the beginning? Yes.
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
They're kind of stubborn in a way, I guess.
Yeah, Papillon, they're smart and they're stubborn.
Where's the ball, Joey? Where's the ball? Huh?
It's a dangerous combination in a dog breed. They're smart, they're stubborn, they think they're the boss. Yeah. And it takes a lot of work with them. And then having 2 males, I would never do that again. Ever, ever, ever. Never do that again.
Why?
Because it's, I'm going to pee there. Oh, I'm going to pee there. Oh, I'm going to pee there. I'm going to pee there. I'm going to pee there. Oh, my God. Yeah. That was ridiculous. Even when they were small. Oh, yeah. Yeah, because it's in their brain. It's the way they're wired. They're a stubborn breed. They're smart. They know what they can get away with.
Yeah.
And they test it all the time. Or they think, and then there's the awesome Chihuahua, the fat little Chihuahua. Again, Rocket's best friend because he's smaller. I'm just gonna see if I'm trying to get a Beckett and Rocket next, and there's poor Mickey getting his tail pulled on by Rocket because Rocket's jealous.
Mm.
Yeah, it's too hard to see. Too bad we didn't have any pictures of them side by side. Do you remember the first time they cuddled with you? Oh, you mean the first day?
Did they really?
Do you want to talk about the first night? You should tell that story because I've told the story before. You should tell it. I think they should hear that from your mouth.
Well, we tried to put him in the bathroom with the gate up, and all they did was they didn't tolerate it. See, that's another thing. They're headstrong and persistent, and so so they did that all night long, and I couldn't sleep, so I went down on the floor and slept right next to the gate.
With your fingers through the gate so they can smell you.
So they can smell me and everything. Say, I'm here. And I still couldn't sleep because I'm still trying to get them to quiet down and be relaxed. And yeah, that's what they did with the stick. And that's how they walked side by side.
This is MS Walk 2011. Earplugs better work. I had no problem sleeping, Jeff. There's only one person who had problems with the dogs making their noises.
So finally, I had to let them up on the bed, and that's when like, what was it, like 1 o'clock in the morning? It was. I go, something's wet. So I had to get We tried that quite a few times, trying to get them to sleep in there, but they just wouldn't do it. They just said, "No, we're not going to do it." So,
and when she means we, she means me. Not her,
so
me.
I had to get sheets that were waterproof or water resistant. Yeah, waterproof sheets so that it wouldn't go through the mattress.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Whose idea was that again?
In the bed.
Whose idea was it for them to sleep on the bed?
Well, they kept yiping. I felt bad and stuff. And
guess who didn't sleep on the bed anymore?
They were lonely.
This is we've never discussed before. Who didn't sleep on the bed after this anymore, though? It wasn't the dogs. It was me, because I refused to sleep on the bed.
Why?
Because I didn't want to have a chance to get drowning. Was a real reason.
Drowning.
Because
dogs like that, you're not going to drown.
Oh yeah. Oh, that
Oh
was,
yeah, that's cute.
That was the first Christmas when we were getting packed up to go to Arizona. They thought they were being left behind, so they made sure that they weren't left behind.
Yeah. No, you're taking us with you.
Yeah. You can't hear it, but he's squeaking.
Mm.
He's squeaking at whatever that was. Over dramatic Gimpy? No, Gimpy who wanted peaceful sleep is really what it was. Oh, and that's their little sister, Dead Meat.
Oh, somebody gave me that on the way. I was walking the dogs next door, and somebody said, "Oh, I have this little Papillon. Would you like it?" And it was so cute. So,
But what's funny is because that picture, it took us so long to take that picture because every time if you didn't have their focus, they were trying to chew on it.
Mm.
So we had to use, I think, treats or something to get them to look at the treats and not pay attention to the poor little stuffed animal. We still have that too.
We do. Yeah.
It survived all these years.
Mm-hmm.
And again, this is how they help make the bed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they don't do this anymore, but they did this for a long time.
Oh yeah, they would do this a lot.
And who did that to him?
I thought it was cute. I wanted to make postcards or little labels send out for Christmas.
I was traveling with them. Fine. They travel really well, actually.
They did really
good. They basically just curl up in Mrs. Gimpy's lap, and when we make stops, they go out and do their thing and get back in the car. They're really good travelers.
Mm-hmm.
They don't throw up or anything. I was actually really surprised. They've been in cars so often. They've been in cars so many times in their lives. They don't get sick or anything. It's normal for them. What do they do now? When the bed's made? They lay in the middle. We strip the sheets off. They get up. They lay down and dare us to make the bed.
Or they get under the sheets and they just stay there.
Yeah, they do that too. Yes, that was the box the doctor shipped in. There's a whole story behind that, though.
So cute.
Oh, and this is my birthday present for 2007. Keeping in mind, the dogs had only been with us for a couple of months, so they're really young here. And you can see Rocket there in the upper right-hand corner.
Need a sequel. See what they do now.
See in the upper right-hand corner there? I don't think you can see my cursor, but up in the right-hand corner there, you can see Rocket. He's chewing on that, it's a wicker type cabinet type deal. And on the left-hand side, you can sort of see it. But there's this, they had this like, I don't know what it's called, but it had this decoration kind of thing that runs up the side that's wicker. And as you can see on the right side, that doesn't exist. They chewed off the right side all the way they could reach.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, and that's what he's doing there. It's a nervous thing that he's doing.
Yeah, I guess they chew on it because
it's there.
Because it's some part of wood or something.
There you go.
Yeah.
See, that's as far as they can reach up. So.
Yeah, so it's...
And the light bulb burned out at just that time, too. That was the funniest part of this video. Is the light bulb just happened to burn out right there. It was hilarious. Hey, Bada, welcome back. And that's over in Balboa Park. Mickey's in Mrs. Gimpy's lap. There's just Rocket staring at the camera with his beady little eyes. Oh, more recent videos. With special guest, or special guest appearance by Dum Dum Dum.
Oh, is she there?
Just a second.
Oh, she's always following us.
There she
Yep,
is.
there she is. She's good with the boys. She knows they're not going to hurt her. Yep.
So this video isn't terribly old. It's only what?
Yeah, it's
year and a half.
Yeah,
maybe.
It's not that old.
So Mickey and Rocket always been around cats.
I know. You know, when I first got them, I
This
thought,
is
oh my gosh, will they ever? I've always wanted to see them, what they would do around a cat that would, that they would like and everything. And I thought that would never happen. And then Scout came along.
No.
And it happened.
They were fatter on this? You mean Rocket's fat?
Yeah.
Mickey's not fat at all. Like better. Yeah, don't say that, Jeff. Don't say that. Yes, that was me, Biff. That was back in 2008. I'd actually started growing a goatee shortly after that.
Rocket's expression. Yeah. Yeah, they do.
She wants me to ditch the beard so badly. She's so tired of it. But as long as that cat sticks around, the beard stays. There's a trade-off right there. Well, that's the funny part. If I actually shave off my beard, the dogs wouldn't recognize me. Because I've had it for so long.
Yeah.
They used to freak out if I didn't shave for like a week or so, and that I'd shave. They'd freak out like, "Who are you?" Yes, it's blackmailing with the cat. Yep.
Yeah.
No, they wouldn't, Jeff. That's the funny part. It's because I look so different with that facial hair that it just boggles their mind. Hey, Darkus, welcome.
As it is, he gets crumbs in his beard, and Mickey tries to dig them out.
It's funny.
He's nibbling at his beard. What do you got in there?
See, what's funny about this video is I had to edit it because Mrs. Gimpy was sitting right in that spot 3 seconds ago. And they don't care. They just started wrestling. They would just start wrestling, and they didn't care if we were on the couch or not. We were just part of the terrain. They would smell the same though. Yeah, but they don't. But they go based on sight first. That's because the way their breed is. They're more sight based than smell and hearing. You know, they're basically sight dogs first, and everything else after that. So they would see me without a beard, and they wouldn't recognize me. They would think I was a stranger in the house until they could get close enough to smell me or hear my voice, which they can't anymore because they're deaf. So, and again, this is first night stuff or first day or two. It's funny, they both sleep like in the exact same positions today. Mickey sleeps on his back all the time, and Rocket always sleeps with his legs off to the side like that. They don't do this anymore, though.
No, Mickey wouldn't mind, but Rocket would.
He used to be so cute. Look at that face. So cute. He's a monster. That's a monster. There's the other monster.
We thought that Rocket was the spaz, so we called him Rocket. And it turned out Mickey was a spaz.
They're both going deaf. They're both mostly deaf right now. They only hear really loud noises, like fireworks and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
They don't. And if I clap my hands loud enough, they'll hear that. But for the most part, they don't hear normal speaking voices, that kind of stuff. Normal noise levels, they don't notice.
Mr. Stretch.
And that's one of my favorite pictures too.
Isn't that a great pose?
Yeah.
I just love it.
How are they named again? Oh, there's the story. Do you remember?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, see, she doesn't know the story. So Mickey or Rocket first? Because it's two different stories there. They're related, but they're different stories. Mickey. Mickey's name is because that goes back to the dogs that we had before them. Because those who know Mrs. Gimpy, when we first met, we had 2 dogs each. I had a Yorkshire Terrier and a Lhasa Apso mix, and she had a Papillon rescue dog and a Pomeranian. And the Papillon, I used to make fun of him all the time because I'd never seen a Papillon before him and the big ears. So I'd say, "Oh, you look like Mickey Mouse," and I would call him Mickey all the time, even though his name was Bear, because his real full name was, what was it? what was the full name for Bear? It wasn't like Teddy Bear or something like that.
Teddy Bear, yeah.
And I refused to call him Teddy Bear.
And we just called him
And
Bear.
calling him Bear was just messed up too. So I just started calling him Mickey after Mickey Mouse. Well, he was very skittish because he was a rescue dog. He was beat by his previous owners and that kind of stuff. So he was always skittish around me. She loved Mrs. Gimpy, but he was always skittish around me. And anyway, so there's that. That's a little bit of backstory. And then when we go to get these two, we go to the house where the breeders or where they're being held at the time. And, we get there and Rocket's jumping around and, being all spastic the way, you would expect him to be. And Mickey is just, he's off in the corner. He's being real skittish, standoffish, that kind of stuff. He really wouldn't come to us too much. And he kind of, his personality was very similar to Bear's or, Mickey's in that point. And so when we're trying to figure out names on the way home, I go, well, why don't we call the brown one Mickey? And Mrs. Gimpy goes, why? I mean, Mickey Mouse? And I go, well, kind of, sort of. I'm thinking it's more of a tribute to Bear because they have similar personalities, or at least they appear they're going to have similar personalities. Of course, they don't. But at the time, it looked like they did. And it all comes back to just Mickey and Rocket's personality. And Mickey is a dog's dog, but he's not really a people dog. Rocket is a people dog, but not a dog's dog. And so, but we wouldn't find that out for a while still because they were still puppies and, they haven't interacted with other dogs yet. So I figured, okay, Mickey. And we can always use it's kind of more of a tribute to her previous dog. And we can always go, oh, yeah. And eventually, it goes back to Mickey Mouse because that's where his name came from. So, that's where that name came because it's the big ears. But in reality, it's not so much about Mickey Mouse as it is about the previous dog because of shared personality traits. And then Rocket's name, he's named after...
Oh, Dirty Nose.
Oh, Dirty Nose. Mickey.
There's that picture, yes. Dirty Nose. Yeah.
And then Rocket is, he's named after Rocket Raccoon. Keeping in mind that...
it's that time again.
Not the movie
Drink
Rocket Raccoon from the actual comic book that came out back in the 80s, which I have. And we were, again, on the way home, we're on the way home. These pictures are perfect. You can see, it looks like he's wearing a mask. And we're going, and Mr. Gimpy goes, let's name him Bandit. And I went, no, we're not naming him Bandit. We're going to run into 10 million bandits out there. Trust me. So we decided not to do that. And she goes, well, he kind of looks like a raccoon. I go, okay, so what's a good raccoon name? And she starts thinking. I go, how about Rocket? She goes, Rocket? That's not a raccoon name. I go, actually, it is. It's from a comic book. And he zips around, and he wears little the comic books he wears these little shoes that allows him to fly around like a rocket and zip around everywhere, just like Rocket was doing. So I said, okay, fine. And that's how that started. And of course, the personalities aren't really what they were because that was just within the first day we met him. And turns out Rocket wasn't a zippy around dog. He was more of a lay on his ass and eat all day dog type of dog. And Mickey wasn't a skittish dog at all. He was actually very personable once he got to know you. And he was actually the spaz. We should have reversed their names, but that's just the way it worked. So,
and another thing Mr. Gimpy did was, he said, oh, yeah, he was always talking about how big the ears were. So he said, Mickey, yeah, he's like, you could just fly away.
Dumbo.
Yeah, Dumbo, just fly away.
Just goofing off, I would say, let's see if Mickey can fly today, and I'll throw him off the porch and see if he flaps and flies away. And she goes, no, you better not.
No. I haven't heard of it.
No, she's seen the cover, but she doesn't know anything about the comic. Although every time the movie comes on, because there's been a couple of movies with Rocket, in it, and every time they go, look, there's Rocket, he's a movie star, and she laughs. So, how often do you need to take them to a groomer?
About whenever their nails need clipped, 2 to 3 months.
Yeah,
3 months or so, and then they have a do-it-yourself doggy wash, so I just take them in there. In between times, and I have a spritz spray. It's like a waterless bath.
Okay, tell the story about the cake.
Oh, yeah.
I got to pause, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is, they had a bakery, and what birthday was this? 4th, yeah. And I wanted to do something special for them, so I went down to this bakery in Point Loma or something. There was a dog bakery, and I looked around and I saw this and I said, oh, that's so cute. And I think it was for the Papillon Club.
Yeah, this was
So
actually
that
most of the
everybody
videos and stuff we've seen. I
Mhm.
think were from this was the 4th birthday party thing.
Yeah, so the other dogs can have some too.
And what's special about this stuff though is there's no sugar in it. But
It's
there's
peanut
no
butter, I think, but it's no sugar. No, I
no
think it's
sugar and there's like no wheat
Yeah.
either or something like that.
Yeah.
It's specifically for dogs. And it was funny is we even had a little card with all the ingredients so that because Mrs. Gimpy isn't the only one that's anal about giving food to her dogs, because she's actually a really normal person compared to a lot of the people in the club. And they were all critical. They were all picking them up and looking at them and stuffing them. And somebody even tasted one, I think. But we had a little ingredient card so they could see exactly what was in there, so they'd be feel okay about giving them to the dogs. Not really good food for humans because again, no sugar, no nothing as far as flavoring goes for us, and not recommended probably for people. But the dogs loved it. So because these are regular milk bone type stuff, and then I forget what the what was it? What was the icing?
I don't know what the icing was.
I don't remember what it was either, but it's not sugar. It's
I can't remember.
I don't remember what it was. But yeah, but
I think it was
they loved
peanut
it.
butter flavored.
Oh yeah, all the dogs loved it. I mean, this thing was gone when we left. There was nothing left of this other than the tray.
Yeah, they were happy with it. Yeah.
Yeah, all the dogs were perfectly happy with it.
Yeah, matting. Going back to your question, Rocket's hair mats, but not Mickey's.
Which is weird.
Well, Rocket has more dense hair. He has more hair and it takes longer for him to dry, but Mickey dries right away, so his is probably really fine. So he really doesn't mat, but Rocket, they've had to shave his mats because he's had so many.
Yeah, he chews on himself and he's got a mat. Yeah. Mickey chews on himself and it's like, okay, no big deal.
Yeah.
So that's usually where they come from.
I remember the first time we put a leash on him, I got one of those retractable leashes. Oh my gosh, that didn't last but probably that day. Because what had happened was I was excited to get him. I go, wow, retractable leashes, I didn't know. And so on the way home, I left it on because why unhook it, right? We're just going to the park and back home. So I just left it on him. And when I got out of the car, I took the hold of the retractable part, the handle, and I go, come on, and I came out, and no dog was at the other end. I go, oh, what happened? What happened to this leash? And he chewed right through it, so no more. I mean, I paid like $17 for those things, and
they lasted 2
chewed
seconds.
Right through it.
Anyway, I gotta say this real quick. Soul Slicer, thank you very much for the resub and welcome back. How's things going? And so that's what 35 months at tier 1. Much appreciated. Here are your rockets of recognition. You're 1 month. Is it 1 month away? You're 2 months away from Mickey's of recognition. But anyway, so welcome back. Thanks again for the awesome support. Okay. There's a 6-legged Papillon.
That needs to be put in something else.
The long tongue. Yeah, they both their tongues are like that.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Here's poor R2-D2 on Papillon guard duty. Oh, the 9th video. Wow. We've been doing this for 90 minutes.
It's a lot to talk about. I mean, that's been 14 years.
Yeah, this is back again at the dog park, of course. Rocket barking away. What's he barking at? Nothing.
Probably another dog.
Another dog coming to the park, yeah. Do you have any favorite place in your home?
Under
couch.
Couch. Wherever we are.
Yeah, typically whatever room we're in is usually their favorite spot.
Like they're both laying on the bed right now because we're in the bedroom. Oh.
Do they have stairs to get on the couch? No. They have stairs to get on the bed, though. There's not enough room, really, to get on the... They don't really make stairs short enough to get on couches, do they?
Yeah, I think so.
No, I don't think... Stairs to get on the couch is kind of awkward because it takes up a lot of space. And the bedroom, it works because of it's off kind of to the side a little bit. So it's not a big deal, but... Yeah. But no, they're pretty much happy wherever we are. Like they're both in here today. Normally it would be if Mrs. Gimpy was in front of her computer, one of them would be in the hallway near her, and the other one would be in here with me. That's typically how it goes. And if it's just me home and she's out running errands, they're usually both at the front door, and Mickey will come in every now and then to check on me. And that's that. And then if we're both home, like, later on tonight and stuff, they'll both be in the same room as us. That's just the way it works. They're always around. They're companion dogs. They're not, they're perfectly happy being around us all the time. Whatever room we're in is their favorite room.
It's strange because I never wanted them to have anxiety, so I never said goodbye to them before I left. I just made sure that they were both inside, and I just left. Because and lately, I would be gone maybe 2 hours or so. I'd go shopping or something, or go to the gym. And then I'd come back, and he never used to do this before. Rocket would have like this.
He whines.
He'd cry like.
Yeah, he's gotten anxious in his old age. It's only the last 6 months it's gotten bad.
Yeah, and Mr. Gimpy says if I'm gone for over 4 or 5 hours, he gets really
annoying.
Annoyed. Yeah, so I that's why I never said goodbye or petted him or anything before I left. I just left, and then when I came back, I go good boys, and I give him a treat and everything. And first I'd calm, make sure that they're calm and pet them, give them a little pet or stuff, and then give them a treat. So I don't know if it's just done because they're getting older or what, but
Mickey doesn't do it though.
no, Mickey doesn't.
It's a Rocket
I mean, he's
thing.
excited that I'm back, but he doesn't. I don't know.
I don't know why it's Rocket so much, but Mickey is more of an independent dog too, I think. Rocket is more attached to us. Yeah. I mean, well, that's not right. Mickey is attached to us, but he doesn't feel the same. I think it's just he's got the dominant personality type deal, so he's okay with being alone, kinda. Although if Rocket goes out somewhere with Mrs. Gimpy, he doesn't like that. That kind of upsets him a little bit. He doesn't like being left behind. But I don't think it's because Rocket... Well, maybe it is. Yeah, it's because he got left behind. Rocket went and he didn't go, so that bothers him. But if he goes out by himself and Rocket doesn't go, it doesn't bug him. And so whatever, it's really... Their relationship is really weird. They do Mrs. Gimpy for Rocket to watch when he is gone. Or when she is gone.
Oh.
I don't think that would work.
Yeah.
We've tried to get them to watch, because when we leave, we can hear Rocket barking. Typically, as soon as we close the door and we're walking down the stairs, we can hear him start barking. And when we come home, he's still barking. So it doesn't matter how long we're gone. Yeah, we've tried the whole, play a stereo, keep the TV on, keep whatever normal stuff when we're home. We've tried. Like stereo, TV on, that kind of stuff. But it doesn't seem to work. Because, again, if they don't buy the whole, they're really here, even though the TV's on, the stereo's on, that means they're really here. They don't buy that. Because they say, they saw us leave. Mm-hmm. So they don't believe that whole, that they're still here deal. So.
You can tell when Mickey really likes a dog because he'll be wagging his tail like crazy. Like
Jeff, there's your long-haired Chihuahua right there.
Yeah.
That's the dog people mistake Papillons for being.
Yeah, it's no way a Papillon.
That's a long-haired Chihuahua. What's funny is you'll have somebody who actually owns a long-haired Chihuahua come up and go, hey, are those long-haired Chihuahuas? You have a long-haired Chihuahua. Does that look anything like your dog? No, it doesn't.
No, they would know the difference.
Then you feel safe. No, that doesn't work.
Yeah, it's almost like when Mickey really likes a dog, he'll put his butt right. If you watch these videos,
yeah, he puts his butt right in their face.
Their face. But if he doesn't like a dog, he'll turn around and snap at him like, "Get away from me!"
See, sniff, butt, in face. Yeah. There we go. Now we're friends. Let's go.
Yeah.
Then there's Rocket. He thought Mickey was right there. He turns around, Mickey's gone. He's like, "Wait a minute, you're not Mickey." Have they played with min pins? Those look
no, not really. No, I haven't seen
miniature pinchers aren't really popular around here. No. I think I've seen one or two like in the last 10, 15 years.
Hardly ever.
Yeah, they're not real popular here. Dun, dun, dun. It's just fun watching them run around.
But I did have a girlfriend that had Boston Terriers, and they were really, thank goodness, they were really good. They were very good with these guys because Mickey would snap at him all the time, like, and he'd just look at him like, what was that? You know, and I'm going, he's lucky that dog isn't going to attack back.
Yeah.
It's mean and stuff. He just looks at him and go, whatever.
Yeah, and those are miniature. There's a bigger tennis ball out there, but this is a small one.
Oh man, I wish they would go back to that age again. That'd be great.
You mind? They're in a dog park. They're ignoring the other dogs, except for this one.
Yeah.
What was the name of this one? Did this one have a name?
Well, I'm sure it had a name, but I don't remember. It's been so long.
Because that one's in a couple of different videos.
There was one that Mickey he just adored that dog. They would kiss each other. I mean, literally.
Yeah, I know.
Lick each other's lips and everything. I can't remember. I think we have video of that, but I don't know if it's in this.
No, it's not in these.
But they really, really liked each other, and I think it was a not a Yorkie, but a Silkie.
Silkie, yeah. I think that little white dog. That's a Bichon, isn't it?
I think so.
Bichon Frise. Yeah. I don't know what that one is though. It looks like a poodle of some kind, maybe, or something else. It's pretty big.
I wonder what they would do if I take them back to that park. We haven't been there.
They wouldn't do anything.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't. It'd be fun to go back.
How do they react to other people? Well, it depends. Rocket loves people. Mickey, not so much.
Well, he does. He's just ever since he was a baby, he's never grown out of it. He's always very shy.
Yeah, sure. Unless you have food. If you have food, he'll like you eventually, but it takes a lot of bribing.
Yeah.
Rocket, he loves you, doesn't matter what. And the older you are, the better, because that means the older you are, the more helpless you are to stop him from doing what he wants to do to you. So, as my grandmother found out, it was funny. I have to find that video from I think it was that.
He would always go after your grandma and just lick her, huh?
Yeah, he just.
She must sense something that she was just really sweet or something.
I don't know. I think it was like 2010, 2011. We have a video. It said grandma got ran over by a papillon, and she's sitting on her couch, in her house. She's sitting on her couch, and Rocket jumps up and just starts mauling her, basically. It's hilarious. I can't find it though. I don't know where it is. I don't know where it happened to it.
No, I don't know why I didn't take off the leashes there.
Probably because there's no fence at this park.
Oh.
It's usually when you did that. So. Hey, Rudog, welcome back.
Hello.
Has the cat been here this afternoon? She was here this morning.
This morning.
Mrs. Gimpy gave the scout report at the beginning of the stream.
Yeah, she walked all the way around the complex with us and followed us home. Yep.
Like she usually does. Oh, yeah. Followed her home. Because, again, I'm not letting this one go. She actually said to Scout, let's go home. While she was out walking. Let's go home. Not meaning Scout's home. Which meant our home. Oh, and that's the scrunchie. Poor those scrunchies that always got destroyed.
You could never keep any scrunchies. Oh, I was always going out buying scrunchies because they would they would bite, Rocket would bite right through them. They would pull them, they'd stretch them so much that I couldn't use them anymore. Pull them out of my hair, all my hair was...
Slobbery?
No, pulling out all my hair.
Oh,
trying
pulling
to
out
get
your
the
hair.
scrunchie. So I put it in a way where they can get it easily, so it didn't through my hair.
Seen the channel about otters?
Oh, got some competition.
No, I haven't seen that.
No.
I didn't know there was a channel about otters. Poor little dogs. So mistreated and unloved.
Happy puppies.
Uh-oh,
Liberty
last
Station,
one.
Beautiful place.
Yeah, that's another picture from MS Walk 2011. So Walk MS 2011, sorry. Uh-oh.
Chicken, their favorite. Boiled chicken.
This is basically what they have for breakfast and dinner. And as you can tell, this is a long time ago because Rocket's skinny.
Oh, you know, they were so skinny I was concerned about it, and I asked my vet, and she said, oh, feed them some 30% or 15% hamburger.
You have been sitting in one spot for far too long.
I know, for their little tummies, probably. Yes.
How far did they actually walk before they go into the stroller? In 2011, they made the whole walk without a stroller. We didn't have a stroller in 2011. We brought the first time they went into a stroller for the walk was in 2017. So that was 6 years later. And again, in 2011, they were only 4 years old. They did that walk like it was nothing. And then 2017, we had the stroller, and it was a smaller stroller, though, so they had to trade off, I think, if I remember right. And then these walks we've been doing the last couple of years, we've got a new stroller that's bigger that can fit both of them, so they don't go quite as far. Rocket feeding himself. He throws one piece of cat food into his mouth and another into it.
No.
Yes, he would do that.
Yeah, I don't know if they
Does
taste
Rocket
it.
even chew his food? No, you just hear a little switch.
Yeah.
You can't really tell because, you know, he's kind of far away, but usually you hear this little clicking sound and you hear the sucking sound as the food gets sucked into his body.
Yeah, they just gulp it down.
His little vacuum cleaner is what he is.
Bring the scrunchie. Bring Mom's scrunchie. Come on. Bring it. Bring it, boy.
You told him how he destroys the scrunchies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Bites right, chews right through them.
Well, the funny thing is, he doesn't chew through them. He just breaks the elastic.
Yeah, he breaks the elastic.
That's all he does. He doesn't try to destroy the scrunchie. Mickey just wants to play with them and throw them around. Rocket just purposely breaks the elastic, and that's it. He doesn't do any other damage after that.
Well, I would play with it with them, and they would pull it. I would pull it, so it'd be stretched. And then they pull with each other. They pull it back and forth, and it's stretched, so I couldn't use them anymore. So I go, okay, here, Rocket, chew through this one.
Got his little treasure there. You know he's bringing it to you because he wants you to throw it.
I know.
That's what he's doing.
But he won't let me get it. Every time I reach...
He just threw it to you.
Yeah. Every time I reach for... Well, I think it was an accident.
No, it wasn't. He throws them on purpose. Because he does the same thing with the squirrel.
Because every time I tried to reach for it, he'd grab it. And then he'd lay it down on the ground.
Bring it here.
Yeah, because he hasn't done it in a while, but the stuffed squirrel they have, he'll pull that out of the box and he'll just throw it up in the air. He tosses it around the living room,
Yeah.
and eventually he'll pick it up and he brings it over to me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look, Ireland.
Ireland. This is where we went after we lost our last.
Yeah, it was in between the two dogs. Oh, there's Mickey in his raccoon hat.
Yeah, we got Mickey and Rocket like 7 months later, right?
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't even.
Wasn't even.
No, we were in Ireland in July, in the beginning of July. And we got them on the 26th of July. We got home something like on the 14th or the 15th.
I thought we
it was like less than 2 weeks after getting home that we got them.
It's hard.
But we hadn't had a dog in like 6 or 7 months by then. So.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
We haven't had dogs for 6 or 7 months.
Yeah. The last of our 4 died in January of 2007.
Yeah.
And then we got them in July. Like I said, within 2 weeks after getting home from Ireland, we got them. So. And that's Sedona, Arizona. That's actually where my brother got married. In October. Tell me, oh, it's nice and cool in October. Lying piece of shit.
Oh, that that lead that you saw around Rocket's face was called a gentle lead because he liked to go the way he wanted to go. He would pull you. He's like a sled dog. Oh no, I'm gonna go this way. It didn't work that long.
How old? What, the dogs? It depends on the video.
They're about...
In this video, they're probably 4 or 5 years old in this video. It's all, like I was saying, this is, you've got to pay attention to how long the hair is on their back legs. That usually indication of how old they are. Oh, now they're 14. They turned 14 back in May.
Yeah.
This is more Ireland. It's the southwest coast. And then back to the bed. Gotta help with making the bed. So this is the second part of that video. And yeah, this is the one where he's not digging. So this is the second half of this video, of the video we saw earlier. Yeah, they turned 14 back in May. And he had 14. They've been with us for 14 years as of today. In this video, they're particularly, let's see, I'm going to go with the probably like 3 or so in this video, based on how skinny Rocket is and length of hair on the ears and that kind of stuff. Can't go on skinniness of Mickey because he's still skinny. Rocket's a little weeble. Mrs. Gimpy doesn't like when I call Rocket fat. But you know what? He is. Just waiting for the action to start here. You know it's about to. Look at that face. Oh, but hey, Calfac, welcome back. Some more to love on Rocket? Yeah, sure. See, now it's maybe not. I don't remember. I guess I must have muted this video for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why I would have muted it. Rocket's the alpha? No, he's not.
No.
Mickey is very much the older of the two. He's the boss. Rocket's got all the mentality of being a not boss.
He'd like to be. He acts like he.
Yeah, he wants to be the boss, but he's not the boss. And Mickey has shown him many times throughout their lives that he is not the boss.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, there's sound. Okay. Usually there's growling and stuff at this point, so I was just wondering why I wasn't there, but I heard the bark, you know. No, there's a sock right there. And off they go. And that's it. Back to video
Is this the
number
one where he gets him by the tail?
Yep. Well, yeah, that's like being specific. Gets him almost every video like that.
Yeah, Rocket always would bite him by the tail and say, "Hey, how dare you play with other dogs?"
All done? That was only, you know, almost 2 hours. I was just talking about the dogs and the cat.
I know.
Rocket's a jealous
Yes.
brother? Yes, he is.
Yes,
He's
he
very
is.
much a jealous brother.
See how he doesn't play with the other dogs? He only plays with Mickey.
So that's a Chihuahua. That's a big Chihuahua, though. I don't know if the other one's... I don't know if that white one... Is that a Chihuahua? I don't think so. No, he's got the... He doesn't have the... Or is it?
It looks like a big Chihuahua.
Yeah, that's a big one if it is. It might be crossbred with something else. Because he's pretty big. Oh, what about Muffin?
Oh,
We
well,
don't have... Again, we have no pictures or videos of Muffin.
I know. You know, I'm going to have to get a picture of Muffin one of these times. So, because Muffin is this little tiny, tiny Chihuahua, and Mickey just, I don't know.
They're best friends.
They're best buddies, yeah. And just
He's almost as old as they are, too.
Yeah, he's old.
He's got to be, what, 12, 13 at
Yeah.
least.
Yeah, he's getting
So.
old. He barks at every other dog. But when Mickey and Rocky come along, oh, yay, let's sniff each other, yay.
Okay, do you want to watch videos all day, or do you want to go do something productive?
Thank you, everyone, for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. It sure was refreshing to watch all the videos and go back and reminisce about how when they were young. I want to bring them back.
See, the funny part is I've seen these videos so many times. She hasn't seen a lot of these in a long time. But I watch them. I see them every week.
Because they're always on your computer, yeah.
Well, no, it's because these are my 10 intro videos, and I'm up to 10, but I cycle these every day. Every day either an hour. I said we're up to 10 videos now of these, and I play them at the beginning of every stream. So I see these things all the time. Yeah. So these aren't new to me. These are really old to me. Yeah. But to her, she hasn't seen a lot of these in a long time. So
sure, yeah. Tim did all, or
they know my real name.
He did all the streaming, and but yeah, it was nice to see all these.
Okay.
And this isn't even all of them, right?
Oh God, no.
No, yeah.
No, these are there's so many more that's not even funny.
Yeah.
It just some of them we can't use because there's faces. There's too many faces, like Mrs. Gimpy's faces, and a lot of them. Sometimes my face shows up. That's not a big deal. But there's stuff that's said that's really shouldn't be, on the internet, that kind of stuff. Or
and can't you just block it out so they can't hear it?
Yeah, but that's too much effort.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like I said, like the dog park ones, like I said, you picked up conversations on some of those, and you probably didn't even know what was happening. So that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Well, I mean, the stuff that they said, were they really bad?
No, it wasn't really bad, but they were obviously talking shit about somebody. It wasn't like they were calling them, names and stuff like that.
Okay, well, you could still show those.
I'm not going to.
I'm sure people will block that out.
It doesn't matter. I'd rather not even worry about it. It's something I don't want to worry about.
It depends on what the dogs, I call them the boys all the time. The boys are boys. I got to take the boys out.
Yeah, and like I said, there's lots of videos that it's funny just what you catch in the background sometimes, not just voices but other stuff.
I have.
Yeah, it's just so it's like I have to be kind of so it just got to be picky sometimes.
Oh, okay.
That's all. It's no big deal. But yeah. Hey, Hobo, welcome back.
Good afternoon.
Jeff needs to know, how many coats do we have for the dogs now?
How many coats do? Oh.
Okay, you got to understand who's asking right now. He's a Canadian. He lives up in the cold, old white north.
Yeah.
So he finds it incredibly funny that the dogs need coats.
Well, technically, I have one pair because they have one pair because the other ones don't fit. That's why
they fit one dog. They don't fit the other. Is what she's saying.
Well, I don't think they even fit Nikki. Well,
yeah, they do.
They're a little tight. They're a little snug. They both got a little big. So, but technically, one fits really nice. It's the buffalo plaid, and I don't know if you've showed that to them.
They've seen the pictures.
They've seen that, yeah, like in the fall or whatever. It was really pretty pictures. Yeah, for the most part.
Outgrews in quotes, by the way.
Yeah.
The coat shrunk. Yes, the coat shrunk. That's really what it was. The coat shrunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, the coat that she's talking about, it's like it's reversible. One side is red, and
one side's red, and one's a buffalo plaid, like black and red. Black and red.
Yeah, you guys have seen the pictures, actually.
Really pretty coats. Jackets, vests.
There's the photo album. The black and red, or the newer coats are down near the bottom. So they have coats, hats, and no booties. They definitely have no booties.
No, but we do have a neighbor that does.
We don't care about our neighbor.
No.
And the hats thing is the only hats that they have are the Christmas hats, which they haven't worn since 2008, maybe 2009 at the latest. So
Mr. Gimpy gives me a hard time about that
because somebody has to.
He keeps talking about it. Oh. So I just, okay.
This is the same woman who wants to dress him up for Halloween, too. Keep that in mind.
You don't.
Yes, you do.
You don't.
Really? That commercial with the dog that's dressed up for Halloween? You go, oh, that's so cute and adorable. And she looks at me with those big brown eyes going, the dog's in a costume. It's not going to happen. But don't believe it. She's such a liar. She's got the biggest smile on her face. She's such a liar.
I would think it'd be funny because you know how sweet Nikki and Rocket is to have those little spike collars on them, little badasses. No, that'd be for
Scout, not
Scout. Yeah.
She thinks Scout's a badass too, even though Scout's a wimp. But Scout's a badass because she can run away. It's the only reason.
Because she's attracting another dog. She tried to.
Uh-huh. Okay. It's almost break time. So. Okay. So. Fun?
Yes, it was fun.
Good.
I enjoyed it. Yes. Thank you. Thank you everybody for watching and
asking
being here.
Questions and
asking
comments.
Questions. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So plan. Basically just going to take a break because it's been 2 hours. Get up, come back, and we'll play some Crowfall or something. Go from there. Because Mrs. Gimpy's got some stuff to do. So,
y'all have a very nice week. Thanks again.
Don't pet any cats. Whatever you do, don't pet any cats. Yes, my time to work for me. Yep.
Yeah.
Time to work. This is my vacation time. The past 2 hours, kinda. Anyway, no more Lord of the Rings online. Somebody's asking.
Oh no, that not for a long time.
Yeah, but why did you stop?
It was just you had to. I don't know.
She got tired of it. She was playing it along.
It was very consuming, and I wasn't.
Yeah.
It was done. Dogs needed walked. I need to cook. I need to go shop. It was just kind of consuming.
Yeah, it turned into a black hole of time for her, and she just gave it up completely because that's kind of what you have to do. Hey,
I mean,
next time,
it was
welcome back.
Fun and everything, but there's just a lot of time.
You have one in your lap. It's okay. Don't worry, I'll be highlighting this, so if anybody wants to watch it at a later time, feel free. Anyway, so I'm going to take a break. Be back in a few minutes, and we'll go play some profile. Okay, thank you all very much for watching. Okay, be back shortly. Thanks for watching.